Feeling overwhelmed and frustrated. Understanding the root causes and finding solutions, particularly for single parents. We all experience times when life seems too heavy to bear. You feel overpowered by a heap of liabilities, your energy is depleted, and it seems like each undertaking is stacking up quicker than you can deal with. You might become paralyzed from the weight of it all, not knowing where to begin or whether you can even handle it all. The pressure of running a household, raising children, and trying to keep a job, or at least some social life, can be overwhelming for a single parent. The mental, emotional, and physical toll it can take on single parents, as well as some practical steps you can take to regain control and find peace, will be discussed in this video. Let's examine the causes of feeling overwhelmed, particularly as a single parent, as well as effective management strategies. The characteristics of feeling overwhelmed is a common human experience that everyone goes through at some point. It occurs when your responsibilities and demands exceed your capacity to cope, resulting in stress and exhaustion. The difficulty is even greater for single parents. In addition to managing your life and responsibilities, you also have to raise and care for your children, frequently without a partner's assistance. It can be difficult to focus, unwind, or even enjoy your day because of the weight of these responsibilities, which can keep you constantly in a state of mental and emotional stress. The sensation of being overpowered as a solitary parent can be a consequence of different stressors consolidating into an unmanageable burden, making a feeling of consistent strain. Common causes of feeling overwhelmed as a single parent. While the general causes of feeling overwhelmed can apply to anyone, single parents face unique challenges that contribute to this feeling. Here are a few key reasons why single parents may often feel stretched too thin. 1. The weight of solo parenting. Single guardians are, by definition, the essential parental figures for their kids. This means that you are in charge of every aspect of parenting, including scheduling school activities, cooking meals, and participating in extracurricular activities. While certain guardians share these obligations with an accomplice, a solitary parent bears the full weight all alone, and this can be debilitating both genuinely and inwardly. It's possible that you'll feel pressure to do it all well. It can quickly become overwhelming to try to meet your own needs, those of your family, and those of your children. 2. Monetary pressure. Many single guardians additionally feel the heaviness of monetary strain. Whether you work full-time or part-time, you are solely responsible for providing for your family's financial needs. Stress and overwhelm can be exacerbated by persistent worries about making ends meet, paying bills, or saving for the future. 3. Managing multiple tasks. As a single parent, you are more than just the parent. You can also be the friend, the taxi driver, the teacher, the caregiver, the disciplinarian, or the provider. The close-to-home work engaged with attempting to satisfy these jobs while as yet keeping up with your own identity can feel like a ceaseless, difficult exercise. Burnout can quickly occur when there is not enough time for self-care, rest, or even personal enjoyment. 4. Lack of support is one of the most common challenges faced by single parents. Without a trustworthy co-parent or extended family to rely on, many single parents find themselves in an isolated situation. While some single parents are fortunate to have a large support system of family and friends, many feel isolated. It is more difficult to delegate responsibilities, seek assistance when needed, or simply take a break when the pressure becomes too much. 5. Time imperatives and using time effectively. Single guardians frequently work on close timetables. It can be difficult to find time for rest and self-care when juggling work, children's activities, household chores, and everything else. Every minute of your time becomes precious when you don't have a partner to share in the day-to-day responsibilities, and most of the time, it feels like there aren't enough hours in the day. 6. Impact on emotions. Raising children as a single parent can be difficult. The emotional burden is immense whether you are dealing with difficulties associated with co-parenting, grieving your own breakup, or feeling guilty about not being able to do it all. Emotional exhaustion and the impression that there is no way out can result over time from the stress and pressure. 7. The fear of single parents frequently experience a profound fear of failing, such as not being able to provide their children with everything they require or failing to live up to the standards they set for themselves. The cycle of overwhelm can be exacerbated by these pressures that one puts on themselves, which can lead to feelings of inadequacy and a lack of confidence. The effects of being overwhelmed as a single parent at the point when you feel overpowered, the impacts can echo through numerous parts of your life, intellectually, inwardly, and actually. For single guardians, these impacts can be much more articulated. 1. Mental and cognitive overload is difficult to concentrate or make decisions when you are overwhelmed. Your brain is shuffling such countless assignments and obligations without a moment's delay that zeroing in on one thing is troublesome. This can result in forgetfulness, missing deadlines, and ineffective task completion. You may procrastinate and feel guilty as a result of the constant mental strain, which can leave you feeling mentally exhausted. In a vicious cycle of stress and exhaustion, you become more overwhelmed the more you push through. 2. Physical exhaustion brought on by feeling overwhelmed can wear down your body. Physical exhaustion can be exacerbated by the fact that single parents frequently skip meals, don't get enough sleep, and have trouble finding time for physical activity. Headaches, muscle tension, stomach issues, or trouble sleeping are all possible side effects that can further sap your energy and make it harder to deal with the situation. 3. One of the main effects of feeling overwhelmed is emotional exhaustion. You may experience emotional exhaustion as a single parent because you must simultaneously deal with your own stress and provide your children with emotional support. It's possible that you'll feel disconnected from your feelings, that the constant demands will overwhelm you, and that the pressure to get everything together will drain your emotions. 4. It can be challenging to cultivate relationships when you are overwhelmed. It's possible that you'll feel alone, distant from your friends, or unable to participate in meaningful social activities. At times, relationship strain might happen with the other parent in the event that you're co-nurturing, as the pressure of solo nurturing can pour out over into correspondence and participation challenges. 5. Diminished nurturing quality at the point when you're overpowered, being completely present for your children is hard. It's possible that you'll have trouble keeping your cool and being a good parent to your children. It can be difficult to enjoy your time with your children because of the pressure to be everything to them at all times. This can cause you to experience feelings of guilt or frustration. How to manage feeling overwhelmed as a single parent? Being a single parent can make you feel extremely overwhelmed, but there are ways to regain control and find equilibrium. Here are some ways to deal with the demands of being a single parent while also taking care of yourself. 1. Organizing your responsibilities is one of the best ways to combat overwhelm. Break tasks into smaller, more manageable pieces. Divide larger tasks, whether personal or professional, into manageable steps. Prioritize the tasks that are most important to you first, rather than focusing on everything else. If you need to clean the house, for instance, don't think of it as a single big project. Separate it into more modest undertakings, similar to vacuum the parlor, or do the dishes, and tackle each thing in turn. You will feel less pressure to complete everything at once if you concentrate on one step at a time. 2. Set reasonable assumptions for yourself. Single guardians frequently feel like they must be amazing in each job. Don't worry about doing it all, or doing it perfectly. Overwhelm comes in large part from perfectionism. It is acceptable to request assistance and to make errors. Accept that your best efforts are sufficient. You can stop trying to juggle everything on your own and relieve some of the pressure you put on yourself by adjusting your expectations. 3. If you are a single parent, it is essential to establish a support network. This could be as simple as asking family, friends, or neighbors for assistance with childcare, picking up groceries, or giving you a break. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it, even if you don't always rely on other people. Consider joining a support group, an online community, or a group of other single parents to form a community. Being able to connect with people who understand your struggles can help you feel less alone and validated. 4. When you are overwhelmed, making time for self-care may seem like a luxury, but it is actually necessary for your well-being. Indeed, even little demonstrations of taking care of oneself, whether it's a couple of calm minutes with a book, going for a stroll, or listening to your favorite music, can assist you with re-energizing. Make time for yourself every day if you can. It could be as easy as setting aside 10 to 15 minutes every day to sit down, take a deep breath, and clear your mind. Don't feel bad about taking a break, we all need it. Thank you for liking and subscribing.